I'm a warrior. I go to the core. I am Invictus. Nothing crushes nothing.
You can hold the outside this time, mate. Oh, Sabansky binned it. No way. No way, bin. Get on the marbles, mate. Get on the marbles, pal. Oh, no, 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 no. My throttle stuck. Oh, my God. Throttle stuck. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. It's over. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, my God. There's no way, bro. Swear to God, this can't be happening to me, bro.
Throw a punch at me, you could do. See if I can dodge it. It's just my dodging skills, innit? Damn.
Yo, yo, yo. Lads, what's going on? What's going on? What's cracking? We're back on LMU, lads. Hey, my bad, bro. I've been away. All right, I've been away. My bad, bro. My bad. I'm back though. We're gonna run some LMU. I think I'm gonna do the. Was it the WC Experience race? I think it's at Portimao, should I say? What time does that start? It starts 25 minutes. So we're going to do this race. It's a, 40-minute race or something like that? Times 2 fuel. So we'll probably do this. Register. I really haven't even been on the game, to be honest with you. The boy's been busy. You know what I'm saying, lads. But we're back. So, see. Not really anyone signed up for this one at the moment, but there might be some more people signing up soon. We're gonna definitely take the Mustang. Also, it's fixed setup, so we ain't gotta worry about setup. 40-minute race, times 2 fuel. So I'm thinking, is that we definitely have to make a pit stop, right? Then we'll figure out how much fuel we need to take at the pit stop. Yo, Dal, what's going on, brother? People waiting for the legend to return, you know. Keep telling you. People are waiting for the legend to return. You know what I mean? At least once a stream, what happened to Dowking? At least once a stream. But anyway, let's go. We need to run some laps for surely. Do I want to be in this very, very packed server? Might as well, because that's what it's going to be like in the race. So I might as well get in there. Right. My screen even central to mate. LMU, guys, if you didn't watch the VMS Virtual Motorsport Series yesterday, go back and watch it. Quality race. Very high caliber drivers in that race as well. Definitely probably going to be a lot more competitive than it was last season. Like, go and have a look. Right, what's this lobby saying? Okay, let's take that off. So, okay. Alright, let's have a look see. Yo, Mike, what's going on, bro? Alright, what we doing? Let's just put the fuel down a little bit. I'm gonna run 431, I think. Brake bias down. Boom, boom. That's it. That's it. That's all we need. That's all we need, lads. Back on LMU after a week. Can we skip to the end of the stream and talk F1? We can definitely talk F1, bro. What does the brake bias change? It changes the balance of the brakes from front to rear. Basically, having your brakes more to the rear helps your car rotate into the corner. But then you just have to be able to balance the back end. Depending on what car you use as well. Like cars like the Porsche or the Corvette, you probably don't need as much rear brake bias. Whereas in the front engine cars, Aston, BMW, Mustang. Yeah, I told you about Ferrari, bro. I told you, man. It's done. It was, to me, it was kind of obvious it was a problem after China, you know, because you don't go from dominating the sprint race to nowhere the next day after. That never happens. And I think, honestly, McLaren are just too strong. It's a good thing that they've got two drivers that are going to battle and take points of each other. Otherwise, it'd be like 2023 or the start of 2024. One driver would just be winning everything. Understeer. By the time Ferrari figure out their car, the season's going to be over with, man. I can't even remember where to shift. Oh, hypercars gonna catch me at the wrong place. Understeer. Rubbish turning, absolutely rubbish. Like, yeah, Ferrari's choice was strange. You had a good basis off of last year. To change everything now is a very Ferrari thing to do, bro. If you have a good platform, why touch it? Particularly like in the last year of the regs. I'm telling you, man, I don't even think Fred Vasseur, he ain't got long, bro. He's not got long. If Ferrari mess up the next regs, I see Vasseur getting the sack, mate. I knew that, on top of that, they've gone a direction which no other team's taken. Like, their car is completely unique to every other car, so you gotta think if nobody else went that direction after 4 years, it's probably not the direction to go. So the race is in like 15 minutes. Yeah, nah, bro. Honestly, man, like, as good as Hamilton is, I think it's just that time now, bro. I don't think he gels with these ground effect cars, man. You gotta think, since these ground effect cars come out, he's not had like a sustained period where he's been very, very good, you know? He's sort of very up and down, so. Oh my God, turn, damn it. Quick in my front left. Just missing all types of apexes, man. Better last quarter.
Lap 145.
Alright. That's better, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see. How long? Not too long left. I don't know, man. Ferrari, bro, they're just they're, I don't know, lads. They're cooked, in my opinion. Because you gotta think, like, they're the only team that's brought, not the only team that brought an upgrade, but they're the only team that they brought quite a substantial upgrade, bro, and it didn't exactly get them that much further up the grid. You know, they're still technically behind Mercedes. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't make a massive difference to their standing, you know? So, I don't know, man. I don't know where Ferrari go from here. I don't see them doing anything special next season because when do they ever get the regulation changes right? They never do. They're always rubbish at the start of regulation changes. I don't know, man. I don't know. In a way, I kind of feel sorry for Leclerc because I think he's a bit of a wasted talent at Ferrari. I can't lie. And I like Leclerc. I think he's quality, but he's expecting to win a championship at Ferrari, bro. It's gonna be GG's in that one. Let's see. What am I sector time? Last sector's slow, I think. I think it's slow. We'll see. How long left? 10 minutes. I know Hamilton still wishes he stayed at Mercedes, bro. They actually look like they're making progress. I could see a world in where Mercedes could outdevelop McLaren. I can't see a world in where Ferrari outdevelop McLaren. Because they just never do. Not since like the early 2000s, bro. That was the last time that Ferrari like would actively outdevelop another team, and that's just because they just used to outspend everybody. You know what I mean? They would just go ahead and spend hundreds of millions and just gazump you with money. Now you can't do that. That's why you've seen the struggle from teams like Mercedes and that, because they can't just throw money at a problem anymore. So it's what it is, man. Like next season, I would not be surprised if Aston Martin are quicker out of the box than Ferrari in 2026. In fact, I'm almost willing to bet that Aston Martin will be quicker than Ferrari out of the box next season. I'm almost certain. Right. Car didn't feel too bad. Maybe I might try. I don't have to, but I could try 5-3-1. I think a lot of teams are gonna fall by the wayside next season. Red Bull were gonna fall by the wayside next season. Visa Cash App, whatever they're called, I think they'll fall by the wayside next season. I don't think Ferrari will fall, but I don't think they're going to be at the front. I think at the front it's going to be Mercedes. Probably McLaren might be in and around them. Friggin' Aston Martin. And I actually reckon Alpine are going to be decent enough next season, bro. They're moving to Mercedes engine and they've actually got a decent chassis right now. It's got a crap engine, but next season when they go to Mercedes engines, they're going to be decent. I reckon they'll be pretty close with like Williams and that. I reckon Ferrari are going to be fighting Alpine and Williams next season. I think Red Bull and that are going to be at the back of the grid. Or if they're not, they're going to have a load of failures all the time. Red Bull, they look like an absolute mess right now. Car looks horrible. It's like you don't know what car's gonna turn up when you see Red Bull now. I'm telling you, once Max leaves Red Bull, it is a wrap for them. Literally. If no one else can drive the car, you're finished. Yeah, like you have to think, bro, like how many people have failed in that Red Bull? And it's people that are pretty decent. You know what I mean? Like, I think Gasly's decent, Albon's decent. You gotta think, bro, when Gasly and Verstappen were teammates, Verstappen was lapping this guy, bro. Lapping him. You know how insane that is? Like, how hard is that car to drive, bro? No, I don't think it is, but in practice, that's what I use. Easier to get out of the way for turn one. Yeah, I mean, Daniel Ricciardo, he was decent, but when Daniel Ricciardo was Verstappen's teammate, Daniel Ricciardo he was the one that had the experience of the car, so I don't believe the car at that point was particularly tricky to drive, innit? Because if you look, before Daniel Ricciardo, you had Daniel Kvyat, and he wasn't, like, terrible. I swear Daniel Kvyat beat Daniel Ricciardo in 2015. Yeah, Daniel Kvyat beat Daniel Ricciardo in 2015, bro. I think that car started to get tricky after 2018. Or should I say, they started relying on Max's talent. I thought he was going to send it. Fair dues, fair dues. Alright, so we'll go wait. We'll go and wait. Now I'm doing GT3s today. We're gonna do the WC experience, bro. Who else has signed up for me? Oh, Nils is in the race. Brilliant. I get to get beaten by Nils. Daniel Kvyat, for a season, he was decent. But when he binned Vettel in Russia, that was just, it was over. It was just a wrap after that, you know? But we'll see how it goes. See how F1 goes this season, man. Like, right now it's looking like Piastri's, he's got the dog in him. Lando Norris just looks like a soft touch, man. He needs to toughen up a little bit. Like, Lando Norris is turning into like a Jensen Button type of, you know, everything's got to be perfect for me to be fast. Do I enjoy the edit, bro? The LMPs used to be my favorite car, and then I think after the first or second update, it just started feeling weird, so I don't really touch them anymore. But they used to be my favorite car in this game. I used to do more LMPs, like, than I used to do GTEs until they changed it, and then they started making the car feel weird. And I just never felt like they felt the same afterwards. So I just stopped using them. But I think with the hypercars, like, I believe they take a lot of learning, innit? Like, you got to do a lot of learning, bro. Bro, when the game first came out, the LMPs were quality, bro. LMP2 car, quality. But I don't know, man. Not my cup of tea anymore, lads. It's not my cup of tea. But we shall see. I don't know whether to run 4-3-1 or, I don't know, 4-3-1 or 5-2-1. I gotta decide, bro. I might switch and change during the race. Who knows? Oh yeah, last week I was supposed to stream, but then it was like my son's birthday, and then I was gonna stream on a Tuesday, but then Arsenal were playing in the Champions League, Arsenal versus Real Madrid, and I couldn't miss that. It is what it is, man. Right, how long we got? 2 minutes. We get this racing. I need to do more races, bro, for sure. Because I've done almost no setup work yet. But I always wanted to wait until all the GT3s came out, bro. Because I know, like, there's going to be a lot of updating and changes here and there. And I didn't always want to do a setup, and then 2 weeks later, update comes out. Setup doesn't mean anything anymore. Got to change it. So I kind of want to wait until everything's just stable. You know? That's when I can definitely start grinding some setups. But as I said before, lads, I'm going to start doing like community races, man. I'm going to start doing like private lobbies so everyone can jump in, man. Just need to find the right day. Maybe, I don't know. It depends if people are up for stuff on a Friday or whatever. You've been running 4-3-2. Yeah, man. I'm thinking what to run in this race. I don't know if I'm gonna run 4-3-1 or 5-2-1. I'm gonna see. But I always run around a similar thing, you know. Like for instance, like the last corner on this track, I always put the TC slip to 0. Always. Every time I get to the last corner, if I remember, I just put the TC slip down to 0. Let's see. I know Nils will be fast, bro. I know Nils will be. Or I know at least he will be very consistent. I've been off for a week, so I don't know if I'm going to be consistent. But hopefully I can have a decent quali, because that's where I always go wrong. Quali. All the time. But I might actually go out and practice. What's practice? 3 minutes? Yeah, I'm going to go out and practice. I'm going to try 5-2-1. See what I say. Probably join some lobbies on Fridays. Okay. I'll probably start doing the private lobbies on a Friday then. Boom, boom, boom. Being a vegetable, yeah. Alright, let's leave the fuel. Let's just put on 5-2-1. Try that. 44.2. 10. Boom. Go. Oh, wonderful. Unsafe release. Okay, that I think 5-2-1. A little bit more understeer on corner exit. It's easier on the throttle there though. Okay, seen enough. It's decent. I don't think it'll be better for quali though. I doubt it'll be better for quali. Yeah, I know that level of tiredness, man. Sometimes you just gotta recuperate, bro. What's the grip saying? Medium grip. At least gotta be on the front 2 rows, man. Yeah, on the exit of that corner, definitely the back end steps out more. I messed that up on the brakes. That was a rubbish first sector, by the way. Oh my god. I forgot medium grip. Oh, it's definitely medium grip, lads. Yo, Poochie, what's going on, bro? Better last sector. That was no good. Oh, that was terrible. We might have a chance for one more lap. We might have a chance for one more. Put it down. Yeah, one stint sprinter into Lagos might be the one. I think I've got my force feedback a little high as well. I need to turn it down a bit. No! Bollocks. Oh my god. Yeah, tyres weren't ready yet. But I think we got second. We got second. Alright, let me quickly turn down my force feedback. I think. 'Cause I've got some things that are a little high. Put that down to 120. Jobs are good and jobs are good and. Bro, did you guys watch VMS yesterday at Imola? Quality. Quality, 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 bro. VMS is like way more way tougher now. So much fast guys in it. Bro, go and watch that back on Virtual Motorsport series, bro. Yo, way more high caliber this season. A lot of esports drivers in that this time around, man. Yeah, this is fixed, bro. Fixed. Oh, mate. I got second, no driving for a week. I'd take it, mate. I expected Nils to be pretty quick anyway, so wasn't too bad, bro. I definitely had another 2 attempts in there. Watch Baldwin's stream. Yeah, I was watching Predator stream, Whitehead stream, and the main stream. Dropped it over the curb, man. Damn. Alright, so we need full wing.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for
Not
a race start.
full virtual energy, 14.3 laps. Second time round. That's why I understeered for that corner, because I had bloody 4.52. Oh, bother. Never mind. Alright. What are these lot doing on tires? Everyone's doing the same. Mediums. Yeah. Baldwin overfueled. Yeah. It's tough like that. In 2 weeks' time, the next race at Fuji, that's gonna be a banger. Because that's a 2.4 hour endurance. That'll be good, man. You thought I died? Nah, man. Nah. It's my son's birthday last week. And then I was just busy, bro, so I wasn't about. But I'm back, lads. I'm back. Don't worry, SS, bro. I'm back, brother. Alright, this should be interesting. So, 23 laps worth of fuel. 14, so we need to refuel for an extra 9 laps of virtual energy. Basically, let's see what the hypers, see what kind of speed they got, and then we'll see how much we need to refuel. There was a 24th. His birthday is the 7th. As long as I don't get no stupid penalties, bro. I know this game loves to give me a dodgy penalty.
Green flag, green flag.
All right, my start was decent. What a start. Carnage behind, lads. Absolute carnage. Wow. Sometimes it's just easier to let him through. What? Bro, that's bull. That is an absolute joke. That's crazy. That's the corner where I'm struggling. Right, so top three pulling away from the rest. Definitely gains a lot in that corner. We gotta hope we have the better tire wear, to be honest. That was terrible. I seem to be locking up a lot. I'm going even more rearwards on the brake bias, bro. It's a terrible lap. Awful. So much understeer through there. I'm pulling away from the guy behind, but Niels is pulling away from me. I'm having a small lift into the last corner, trying to save the front left. Hopefully it works in the long run. Whoops. Braking feels awful at the minute. The main time deficit is definitely last sector. And getting the traffic in the wrong places, man. I thought he was gonna send it. Bollocks. I'm using less fuel though. Struggling on the brakes bad, bro. Might be time to go even more rearwards. I'm catching them in the wrong place. For sure.
Lap 147.51.
So gap to Nils is about 5 seconds at the minute. Keep getting him in that last corner, man.
That time was a 146.33.
Yo, Richard, what's going on, bro? Struggling to get the front end into corners right now.
Time 146.15.
Looks like it's going to be a lonely second, lads. Yeah, the car's just not turning through there whatsoever now. Yeah, Nils must have much better tire wear, bro. You must have way better tire wear.
That time was a 1:46.50.
He's in the pits.
That time was a 1:46.43.
Wow. Slow down a bit early, but better that than getting a penalty, bro. Right, lads. Yeah, I took too much, didn't I? Took too much. Oh my god.
Lap 2:32.78.
Close. Wow. Yeah, his tyre wear must be considerably better than mine. But then again, he was just playing faster anyway.
Lap 157.53.
Yeah, I've got way more fuel than him. Way more fuel than the guy behind as well. My front left is battered.
Day 147.05.
Bro, what are you doing? I don't get why they do stuff like that, bro. They try to send it in the most weird places ever. Bro, they're saying we got 6 laps left, bro. I'm not sure if these lot got enough fuel.
Lap 147.22.
This will be the time where I need to push. You might have to save fuel. He's definitely a little worried about fuel, which seems like he's saving. Bro, the braking's awful.
That time was a 1:46.73.
I gotta hope they catch him in an awkward corner.
Time 1:46.70.
Only 4.9 in front. He's definitely having to save fuel. Back end all over the place. I think he's safe now. He's safe on fuel now.
Time 1:46.76. 47.59.
He's lucky because he actually slightly underfueled it, man. If the leaders were a bit slower, he would have ended up doing an extra lap. And that would have been extremely tight. If we ended up doing an extra lap, I think I'll be the only person, and perhaps some of the guys who are further back, to survive it, you know? That's been my problem corner the whole race, for sure. Yeah, the leader's coming up to the end now. All right, there you go, lads. That was it. I think it was only a couple of seconds away from being an extra lap. I'm sure of it, bro. Cheers, Ritual. Let's see. Let's go back. Because I don't think it has the timer though, does it? It doesn't have the timer, but I'm pretty sure this guy was super close to doing an extra lap. Because I looked on the when I looked on the mini map, it had like 9 seconds, and he was still in the last corner. So basically, I was probably a couple of seconds away from stealing the win there. Because if he was a little bit slower, we would have did the extra lap, and obviously, I don't think Nils would have had the fuel. He would have had to do some crazy saving, bro. But in the end, it worked out. At least I didn't lose any. I didn't lose any driver rating because I was ranked second, finished second, qualified second. So, yeah, I think that was all right. We had the little incident with the LMP dive bombing. I can't remember what lap that was. Was that before or I think that was after the pit stop. And he ended up spinning. What lap was that? Into turn 1. I don't think it was lap 21. Lap. Should be able to see a hypercar behind us. This one might be this one. Like, bro, why? Do you know what I mean? Like, who was that guy? And he was in what, 5th place, nowhere near the guy in 4th. I don't believe. Nowhere near the guy in 4th. Why take the risk, man? You know what I mean? Why take the risk? Bro, at some point you gotta think about it, bro. I mean, this is not even the kind of corner you can really dive bomb someone in either. It's a fast corner. It's mounted on the inside, like right now, brother. Like right about now, you got to be backing out of this one, bro. But the thing is, obviously, like in the hypers, because there's no ABS, once you make a committed move, you can't just slam on the brakes because you're gonna end up bidding it anyway. So that's why it's always best just to be patient. Like right now, let me see where the guy behind him was. Okay, so the guy behind him was there. Was he getting caught or something? Was he scared? let me look at the lap time. 35.0. Okay, so in and around 36, 35s. What was this guy doing? Bro, he was quicker. Stop. He didn't need to do it, bro. Mad risk, no reason. Yeah, the guy in front of him was here. What was he doing? Yeah, this guy was even faster. So there was zero need, in my opinion. But yo, we'll take it, man. The tire fall off was awful. The braking I felt was awful. Struggling on brakes big time. 9.2 though. I got a little 9.2 juicer. Come on. A little decent race result there. Have a little see. I'll take it. My last race was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. Damn. What else they got going on? Some fixed at Sebring. Sounds like shite. Ah, bro, I'm so sick of this Le Mans circuit, bro. I just don't even want to see it. Don't. Right, lads. Shall we talk F1? Is it too early for that? What did people think of Bahrain? Let me hear your opinions. It was definitely a lot better than Suzuka. Yeah, I thought the race was alright. You know, I actually thought it was decent. It was definitely a good week for motorsport, bro. Bahrain top 5 tracks in the calendar. Hold on. Let's check that. Top 5 tracks on the F1 calendar. Interlagos is my number 1 and will always be. Racing at Sebring. I can do some. We can save the F1 talk for another 20 minutes? 25? Do a little Sebring juicer. 1 Brazil, 2 Silverstone, 3 Bahrain. What's up there for good races? Where do we always get a good race at? Oh, that's actually tough when you think about it. Canada, I suppose Canada's a good one. Yeah, I suppose Canada. Yeah, you can say Canada. Austria, always get good races at Austria. What car should I be? What car should I pick, bro? Listen, at the time, you lot was tripping, alright? No one ever said he couldn't improve. He's definitely improved this season, but last season I weren't having that, bro. Last season I weren't having it. He was getting slapped. Yes, another May update, another update. Like, listen, LMU are getting busy. Love it. What car should I take? Let me take it. Do you know what? We'll take the Corvette. Let's do something different. We might suffer, but oh well. Let me register in this Corvette. We're gonna suffer though, but Singapore. I like Singapore as a track to do, and is cool. But if I want to watch a banging race, I don't know if I'm lining up that Singapore GP. Do you know what I mean? I say in no order: Brazil, Austria, Silverstone, Canada. I can't think of the other tracks, bro. What's the other tracks? Like Saudi Arabia, you normally get a good race in Jeddah. No, Kota. You normally get a good race at Kota as well. There's actually a few. I can't lie to you. Kota's normally decent. Any track where there's a lot of tire wear, you normally get a good race. Like where strategy actually comes into it. Some people like Baku. I think like Baku's just like a chaos merchant. It's like you can't have a good race at Baku if there isn't a safety car, innit? Like you need the safety car to make Baku good. But I just think Baku's just a crap circuit, bro. Literally. Baku is like who's the craziest will be fast, isn't it? Like late on the brakes, there isn't any real. Maybe the second to last corner at the top of the hill. Maybe that's a little bit of a technical corner, but other than that, it's just like 90-degree corners, bro. Like boring as hell. But it's always chaos. But for me, over the years, Brazil is undoubtedly number one, bro. When it comes to like races, drama, Brazil's just number one, as far as I could. Yeah, Miami is, bro, terrible. Miami's terrible. Mexico's terrible. Spain is like, the reason why I don't like Spain, because whoever's got the best car, that's where it shows the most. So it's always like dominated. So yeah, Spain could care less about. Qatar, I actually like Qatar. I like Qatar as a circuit. I'm not sure the races are the best, but it's a decent circuit. Abu Dhabi's, nah. Jeddah, they can keep Jeddah. I think they can keep Jeddah. Imola can, yeah, I don't, Imola's dead to me. What they need to bring back Turkey, bring back Korea, bring back India. What other circuit? Do you know what track I liked? And it's weird. I liked Valencia, the Valencia street track. Bro, I thought that track was dope. Monaco now. Apart from qualifying, bro, Monaco is just it just bores the life out of me. I can't lie. Monaco is just tragic. I can't lie. Vegas has grown on me, bro. The 201 in quali, bro. I die. Bro, I haven't done Sebring in ages, mate. And I'm in a Corvette, so I can't even remember what a good lap time is even is around here. I liked Valencia. I think Valencia was actually tricky, like the braking zones, a lot of like braking and turning. Right, we're going in there in a Corvette, bro. I bet I'm like the only one. Now, there's another guy. And his name is Richard Fick, so that should tell you everything. You really saying there's literally 3. Jess Kraken, Richard Fick. Oh, a couple of Italian guys. All right, cool. Right. 30 seconds or so till we're probably going to make an absolute fool of ourselves by picking the Corvette. Bring back Adelaide. Adelaide was a quality circuit, but too tight for these cars, man. To be honest, the problem is these cars, they're crap. I don't even, bro. I'll be honest, bro. I've not distinctively liked any F1 car since 2014, bro. Since 2014, to me, like, I don't really like the cars at all. I've watched it on TV live back in the day when Coulthard crashed into the pit lane. I watched that live. Yo, Zach, what's going on, bro? Zach, did you enjoy the VMS race? Thought it was pretty interesting. Where was I? Yeah, bro. Like, when I first started watching F1, bro, I never used to miss a race, bro. The only race that I missed was Fuji in 2008. That's the only race I missed for like more than 10 years, bro. And after that, the only race I missed after that was, I can literally tell you the races that I missed, bro. I missed most of Singapore 2017 because I was dropping my missus somewhere. And I missed the crash at the start. I missed everything, bro. Yo, Nigel, how you doing, bro? So yeah, like that's how deeply I used to watch F1. I would never miss a race. I don't care what time it's on, I'm watching it. Right, let's see what we're gonna use in this damn Corvette, bro. I haven't driven this car for so long, so. Yeah, brother. Listen, Sundays, my family, they know what time it is, brother. I mean, don't talk to me when the racing's on. Don't talk to me. Why did I pick the Corvette? I don't know. I just thought I'll drive something different, bro. I've been in a Ford or a BMW for time. You know what I mean? Like, when Sundays come, Sundays is motorsports day, bro. It's like I watch the F1, I watch MotoGP, and normally like some sort of football. You know what I mean? But, you know, like, my missus is understanding. She knows. For all of the week, for the whole week, I'm available all the time. When F1's on, yo, I don't even want to see people from the side of my eye. Listen, when people talk to me when F1's on, I'm like, straight face, brother. I have to let people know that I'm not interested in your conversation for the next hour and a half. When the checkered flag comes out, then we can have a conversation. Yeah, the Mustang, like, I think the Mustang's quite forgiving on TC. But, like, for me, like, to get it to work comfortably, I think, like, 431, 432, around that range, normally good. All right, let's drive this I don't know why we picked this. Oh my god, how zoomed in am I? This is what my camera was like for this car. Bro, why did I pick this? And why am I doing Sebring with no practice, bro? Spa 2010. That's when Vettel crashed into Button. Ah, bro. I really picked a Corvette for this, you know. I'm sick. Oh well. Hopefully I don't crash. I know. Okay, understeer. So far, it's not looking good, brothers. Oh shit. Oh my god, I looked at the chat. It's not my fault. I looked at chat. I looked at chat. I looked at chat. Oh my. Yeah, definitely. That's why when I did my settings video, I only did it for fixed because a lot of the things that you use to, you know, get the car to rotate or get out of the corners, like using TC and fixed, you can do that via setup, bro. You sign up for the RCI Le Mans. Okay, I'll have to give that a watch, bro. Mate, I've just messed up I've just messed up by crashing there. Sad. I'm gonna have to lock it in, lads. It starts on Friday. Okay. Wow. Okay. Right, I feel like this is gonna be sad, bro. Don't know why, but my steering wheel is like mad heavy.
Day 204.32.
Oh my god. Oh my days. Well, looks like it's going to be a rough one. Great, great, great. Why does my steering wheel feel heavy? Try and help me understand. Let me put this down. Genuinely, I don't feel like I haven't touched my settings. I'm sure of it. Right. This is going to be a movie. Right. So, 6-4-10. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, the Mustang and the Aston were fast, bro. In fact, the Aston was rapid. We didn't actually get to see how fast the Aston really was because he was stuck behind Whitehead, but Antonovsky was rapid, bro. How long's this race? 20 minutes. $12 laps, is it? Something like that. Yeah, he crashed into him in the pit lane, man. But I think, like, soon, see when it started raining, I think that even if that crash didn't happen, I think Whitehead would have been in trouble once the rain came down because that Ferrari struggles in the rain, bro. And he was running low downforce as well, so it would have been, I reckon they would have been all over him for that second half of that race. And his tires were overheating crazy as well. What, he lost like, what, a second and a half, 2 seconds in the pit with that crash? And he came out like a second and a half behind Prentice. So it would have been good if that crash never happened because it would have been like super tight, man. See, this is some of the. Look, I don't want to expose too much because it's not my secrets to tell. But people think the only way to get top speed on this game is changing the wing, bro. That's the problem, bro. That's the problem right there. That's like half of the equation, bro. I remember last season when everyone was saying the McLaren was rapid down the straight, and then I watch couple of guys testing the Ferrari doing all sorts in the setup. The Ferrari was the fastest car down the straight, bro. Like comfortably. Do you know what I mean? But most people don't, like, setup wise, most people don't know the real details into how to get speed out of the cars, bro. That's why, like, there's a difference. You know what I mean? Like, you look at like Jone Simoncic knows what he's doing with the setup. Like it's not just about your wing level, bro. It's not just low wing, low downforce, speed. It don't work like that. So much more things in the setup like that affect your speed, man. But like I said, not my secrets to tell, bro. Put it this way, if you really, really know Motec like inside and out, you can make a big difference with setups. Like even like tire wear, all those sorts of things makes a big difference. It's like ACC is like, it was kind of very basic in terms of more speed, takeoff downforce. This game ain't that. You gotta know what you're doing in the setup, bro. You can't just click and make changes, even if it feels good. If it doesn't equate in Motec, like, you'll get found out, particularly against people that know what they're doing in Motec.
Green flag, green flag.
And my reactions are fire today. Oh my God. Oh my God. That must be Houdini. Where can you watch a video? That's the thing. That's the big secret. Like, no one is giving up their Motec information, bro. It's very much like early ACC days. Like, put it this way. People's Motec information is more important than the actual setup itself, bro. People would rather give you a setup than give you the Motec data. And that's because at the moment it's highly competitive, man. Motec is a software, it's like telemetry basically, that shows you all the telemetry and shows you what your dampers are doing, shows you what the car's doing on the telemetry, like what an F1 engineer would be looking at. But there's like videos on Motec, like from like Niels Naujoks, when he was playing ACC. Like the car's a little unbalanced. Oh, hell no.
Lap 2:03.74.
I'm driving like an idiot. I can feel that my first sector is awful. Yeah, BP, he uses Motec. Like, Prentner knows what he's doing, bro. I shouldn't have went to 5th. This is an awful lap. Oh my God. What is this understeer, brother? I need to work something out with these settings. It's not working. Clearly not working. Right.
Time 0.4.67.
Getting caught by the Fords behind me. The thing was, I was good around this circuit in the GTE, and the GT3 is rubbish. Yeah, there's a few people that know their stuff on Motec, man.
Lap 2:03.43.
Like, a lot of the time, it's Motec that people will use to where they find, like, if there's a fault in the game in terms of some of the cars, like the aero map. Like the aero map being wrong for the Ferrari. They found all that stuff through Motec. That's why those things get patched, you know? I'll probably show you one of my ACC files of Motec. If I still have it, actually. I'll probably delete it. Now, Motec's a third-party app. Not gonna... Most games not gonna have, like, telemetry and that in the game. In fact, no game does have it. But if you look at any, like, top sim racing team or esports team, they'll have someone who knows Motec, for sure.
Lap 2:04.39.
Especially the more realistic the game, the more important. Because it's effectively what real engineers use to tune cars, you know. They look at the data. So like, because they can read telemetry, they'll be able to tell when the suspension's doing something it's not supposed to. They can tell when the car is like bottoming out at the wrong time and stuff like that. But for most people, you look at it, you're not going to have a clue what you're looking at. I mean, unless you're like into that sort of deep setup work. You know, it's just going to look like a bunch of squiggly lines, mate. I got no pace in this thing, bro. Absolute shite. Wow. This car is absolutely lethal around here. Let's put that up.
That time was a 2:04.55.
Look, I break it early there. Yeah, I watched VMS, man. It was good. Very good. I'm just glad that there's a lot of fast people in it. There's so many, like, top drivers streaming it, and it's good, man. It's a good look. Oh my God. Of course. Yeah, man, so a load of fast drivers in there. Someone's made a mistake. Oh! Oh my God. Wow. Yo.
That time was a 2:05.4.
My reactions today, bro. gotta be up there. I knew there was a yellow flag. I didn't know he'd be there. I haven't hit the apex once. I've just realized. I used to like this car. I think I've been spending too much time in front engines. I mean, on the first lap, I had some pretty close calls as well. Bearing in mind I started 14th, we're not doing too bad.
204.12.
It's like the tyres is struggling to warm up or something. The car does not want to turn through there at all. This car just feels unbalanced, to say the least. Like, I would like to put my brake bias further back. I just feel like I will absolutely die. That's the issue that I'm having.
204.41.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Just randomly just died. Oh my God. What an absolute nightmare. How does that even happen? How? Rear tires cooked. Bro, if you go into fifth, it literally just doesn't gear down. The tires are like, they're almost too cool. Like I can't get temperature into them. Yeah, it's definitely not tire wear. Fart nose. Look at this, bro, the car just wants to die. I don't know. Very weird. Oh, we'll never be choosing a Corvette again. Jesus. Yeah, that was hard work, mate. That was hard work. We were nowhere near in terms of pace anyway. But balance was just off, you know? Absolutely tragic. Almost as if the car wants to steer from the rear. And then you're just literally fighting not to. But I know I'm gonna lose so much points. Even though I started 14th and I came through, I'm gonna lose a ton of points. Do you know what? When I was doing the online championship the first time, the Corvette was decent. It was alright, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's a struggle bus. Absolute struggle bus. Anyway, now we can talk F1. Seeing as it is almost 20 to 10, now we can have our F1 discussion. Pick up from where we left off. What was he talking about? Lando Norris and Piastri? Is that what we was talking about? Let's see what it did to my rating, bro. I lost 6.6. No! You lot are annoying as hell. Nothing matters. Just to be clear, if I finished fourth, I still would have lost points. Still. Oh God. Why? Me personally, bro, they put too much emphasis on qualifying on this game, bro. Qualifying doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. And if you are going to give ranking for qualifying, let it be minuscule. Qualifying means nothing. You know what I mean? You can literally jump in a lobby and have esports drivers from another game jump into your lobby and be fast, bro. Like, they need to calm down with the whole qualifying flipping XP. It's not that deep, brother. Like, if you're ranked high and you have a bad race, fair dues. But you cannot be taking points away for qualifying when just because someone's new, it doesn't mean they're slow. You know what I mean? Like, there's way too much emphasis on quali, bro. Expecting me to qualify second. So it's like, this is why you see so much people just choose the fastest car, bro. Because you're not even allowed to have fun. You can't even say, do you know what, let me take a different car today. Because if you don't qualify in the right place, you're going to get slapped with your driver ranking. Like, please, come on. If it was up to me, bro, you wouldn't even get ranking for qualifying. You'd only gain, to me, you should only gain rating if you qualify on the front row. If you qualify top 2, you gain a bit of rating, bro. That's it. Other than that, you shouldn't be losing no rating for qualifying, bro. It's stupid. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. You should lose rating for bad race results, bro. Like, how can they, like, think about it. Let's just say I started last and I came back and the game expected me to finish second. I start last, I get all the way up to fourth and still get a negative driver ranking. That's bullshit. Come on. That's bullshit. Makes no sense, bro. Like, it could be done better, is what I'm saying. It's not the worst, but it could be done a lot better. Take away the ranking for qualifying, bro. It don't mean shit. I mean, anyone can qualify anywhere. Sometimes it's car dependent, track dependent. Sometimes you could have a load of fast people in your lobby that have not played the game as much, but they're still fast. So, you know, I don't know, bro. But me anyway, I just think it's bullshit. But yeah, you say what? Oscar for president, you know? Ah, man, listen. Do you know what it is between Oscar and Norris, bro? I feel like Norris has now got a car that's fast, but it's tricky. And I feel like Piastri is more adaptable when it comes to ringing a car that is maybe a little more difficult to drive. Yeah, Oscar's cool. I try not to get too invested into personalities, bro, because to me it's just like what are you doing on the track, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's like, what are you doing on the track? That's my first investment, bro, before I care about personalities too much. I mean, because like Raikkonen was funny, he was cool and stuff, but you lot didn't see when Raikkonen was actually that guy. You know what I mean? Like, back in 2004, when Raikkonen was the guy, bro. Like, he was rapid. People don't know how fast Raikkonen really was because he fell off instantly. Even when he won his championship, I still don't think he was as good as he was in like 2004, bro. Yeah, bro, Raikkonen was a joke back in the day. That guy was a freak. Yo, Callum, man. Cheers, bro. I binned it on the last lap. Oh, man, I'm so lucky. I kind of saved it, but I kind of didn't. I saved it, but I didn't save it. But I thought I'd say, you know what, let me take the Corvette. Let me have some fun, bro. They just slapped me with the driver ranking, bro. Like, okay, no more fun for me. Should allow me to just pick whatever car I want, have a bit of fun. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to feel like I have to always be in a Ford or a BMW or whatever. Sometimes I just want to mess about. Do you know what? This is the first time I've been in the Corvette for ages. I did a race earlier in the Ford, and it's just obviously it's more comfortable to drive. But I thought I'll give the Corvette a little go, see how it feels. Haven't driven it in some time. Terrible. You've been liking the LMP2s. I haven't driven an LMP2 in like 5-6 months. I can't lie to you. You're a Ferrari man. All right, do you know what it is? I feel like the mid-engine, rear-engine cars, whatever, I feel like because of how bumpy Sebring is, it's kind of just feels a bit risky. They feel a little risky. You know what I mean? Like, they feel a little bit edgy. I'm honestly waiting for the Lambo to come out so I can feel what the Lambo feels like. Because like a lot of the other cars have got turbo, so I want to feel like that naturally aspirated engine feels like on a Lambo. I'm actually looking forward to it. And also, what's the Lexus going to be like? Going to be interesting. Of course, eventually, I'm pretty sure we're going to get the AMG. I think that's going to be one of the top cars eventually. Obviously, I'm talking way into the future, but I feel like the AMG will be one of those cars that is just solid everywhere. But yeah, man, let's get back to the F1 talk, lads. Lando Norris, let's keep it real. He's a soft touch in it. He's in the mode of a Jensen Button. He's good, but it's like he needs everything to be absolutely perfect for him to extract everything. You know? If everything's not perfect, then he just makes mistakes, innit? Like right now in F1, for me, Piastri, Russell, Max and Leclerc, I feel like they're driving a level above everybody else at the moment in terms of like just getting the most out of the car at the moment. That's my four that I think are doing well. That I can say they're having a good season. Who else? Gasly's doing well as well. I think Gasly's doing alright as well. But yeah, other than that, I think Oliver Behrman, if he gets a better car, I think he's solid as well, bro. I think he's got pace, man. At the moment, those are drivers who I feel like are performing admirably. Like Antonelli is good, but he's still missing something, and it's probably just experience, bro. But in the next couple of seasons, Antonelli's going to be a problem. Guy's got pace. That's who I would rate at the moment for this season. But in terms of the championship, it's looking like Oscar could take it. Looking like Oscar could take it. I would have loved to have seen, like, give Max a break for a season. I would love to see if the Mercedes was on the same pace as the McLaren. I think Russell's got the killer mentality, I think. Russell's actually got the killer mentality to take it to Piastri and Norris, innit? But eventually, at some time, I think at some point this season, you're gonna have that clash between Norris and Piastri on track. It's gonna happen eventually. Right about now, they're scoring points away from each other without actually having to have that on-track battle. You know what I mean? Like, at the moment, there's always another car in the way or something. At some point, at some track this season, maybe, I'm trying to think, what track would they be very strong at? I'm trying to think. What track will McLaren be rapid at? They might even be rapid at Jeddah, the next track this weekend. You know, so that's where maybe Silverstone or something. What round is Silverstone? Like round 12 or something. But we shall see, bro. We shall see what the future in F1 holds. I can't wait. Tomorrow, let me have a quick look at the LMU calendar for tomorrow's. Right. Let's have a quick look. See, we've got is that fixed at Monza? Oh, brother. Why, man? Out of curiosity, what is it about Monza that is so intriguing? Because that's kind of boring, isn't it? So yeah. Starts every 30 minutes, 20-minute races. LMGT3 fixed at Monza. Wow. What, like, okay, guys, what is this Mustang challenge all about? We've had it for like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, like, I was gonna say, like, what is this Mustang challenge, bro? It's giving a bit of laziness right now. You know what I mean? Like, what's this Mustang challenge? What, is that a way of saying that one car's OP or something? Like, why are we not having... Give us a different challenge. Give us a Corvette challenge. Like, you know what I mean? Give us something different, bro. Been Mustang challenge for like 2-3 weeks now. Why are we just heavily focused? Actually, I know why. Because Mustang's a free car. That's why. That's why. Mustang's the free car. I get it. I get it. But you want people to buy more cars, surely you need to open it up and make one of these things open setup, bro. Damn. Even the WC experience is fixed. Why the hell is that fixed? If it's the WC experience, bro, it should be open setup, bro. I don't get it. That should be open. Bronze, cool. Leave bronze fixed. Leave all that stuff fixed. But why is intermediate, like any race that's longer than half an hour shouldn't be fixed, man. Get rid of it. Only races you can do that are open, it's like gold. Most people don't even have gold SR. So yeah, intermediate races is Imola in WEC experience. And the prototype class trophy is Spa. Bro, I feel like I see Spa every week. You know, you can do the championship races, but that's only a specific one, I think. Not all of them are open in the championship races. Some of them are still fixed as well. Yeah, like, listen, it's easy to get gold SR, but a lot of people, they just don't. The special event open setup is Imola. Damn, hell no. But Imola, that's just PTSD, brother. Track limit PTSD. Let's have a look at online championship. Okay, maybe we won't have a look at online championship. Not bad, bro. Try again. Nah. Okay, fixed. Well, is this European series? Is this open? I think this is open, bro. Round da. Yeah, I think this one's open, but you can only do this on a Friday or a Sunday, and it's an hour and 40-minute race. That's the only way you get to do an open setup rate. Like, come on. Or multi-class masters on Thursday and Saturday. And this is a 2-hour race. And this is open. So unless you want to be doing them solid endurance races, you ain't doing no open setup races, bro. I feel like they need to allow it a little bit, because obviously once you're doing intermediate and stuff, like you're paying, so you should be able to have an open setup, bro. Not everything needs to be fixed. It's probably why a lot of people are not very clued up on setups, because most people don't even get a chance to even do a setup unless you're in single player. And who the hell is sat down in single player driving around by themselves? But yeah, I think they need to open it up a little bit, bro. Like get a little bit creative. Listen, before they had so many dope like daily races, bro. Some dope ideas. They had one that was at Portimao where it went from wet to dry to wet, or from dry to wet back to dry. Like, just do some things like that. Like, mix it up, innit? That's all we ask, brother. That's all we ask, man. But anyway, guys, I'm actually hungry. Definitely hungry. I won't be on Wednesday. I'm doing some coaching on Wednesday. So I won't be about on Wednesday. I do want to start setting up though. Do want to start setting up a bloody weekly sort of community race, but only the day that everyone's free. If you can, in my Discord, just go into the general chat and just drop what day you'd be free to race at, like 7:30, whatever, 7 o'clock, whatever time people are free. Drop what day and time you guys will be free to race. So I roughly know the numbers. Obviously, I can get more of my own people on and stuff like that. But yeah, just drop that information in the general chat, in my Discord so I can have a look at who will be about. And then obviously I'll just set up an extra room in Discord with a chat in there so you guys can see the password and all that good stuff. So yeah. But guys, your boy is out. I'm gonna bounce and get some food. And oh yeah, before I go, who was it that told me, who asked me if I make drill music? Who asked me that the other day? I can't remember who it was. But lads, I had to start making some drill. I needed to fulfill the empty spaces on my website, so I had to start making drill music, bro. I had to. I didn't want to. I had to. Turns out I'm pretty decent, lads. I can't lie. Turns out I'm pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knew I had it in me the whole time? You know what I'm saying? What can I say? I'm a professional. I am a grime, well, I was a grime type of guy. Then I learned how to make R&B. Then I learned how to make amapiano. Then I learned how to make Afro beats. I learned how to make pretty much everything. But I stayed away from drill because it's just, I don't really like it, to be honest with you. But I had to because I got plans for the future. So I have to work on a bunch of different genres of music. You know what I mean? Turns out your boy can make drill just off the top, just like that. I don't know what to tell you, lads. What can I say? It's talent. You know what I mean? It's talent. But yeah, I've been putting in the work, bro. Putting in the hard yards, and I've got my little MIDI keyboard right here, raring to go. Yeah, drill is like, man. That's one of the main reasons why I didn't make it, because I feel like you're kind of supporting that culture. But I can't criticize it because I made grime. I used to MC back in the day, and you know how it goes when you're in and around that sort of when you're in that company. You know what it's like, bro. All I'm saying is, listen, back in the day, it was a completely different person, bro. Surrounded by completely different people to what I'm surrounded by now. In fact, I'm not surrounded by anybody now because I keep myself to myself. But back then, violence was just part of the game. You know what I mean? Like, it was what it was. So I can't criticize these young guys for drill music, but it's like you kind of got to learn from the mistakes, bro. It's not a positive. It doesn't really have a positive outlook, bro. Yeah, that's me. I'm a guy. I like beats. I like making beats, so I like making the music. I just don't like what's on the music. You know what I mean? I don't like the message. I don't like a lot of their vocals because everyone sounds the same. Everyone's cadence is the same. Everyone's flow is the same. And like, I don't know. Like, as I've got more experience at making beats and stuff, I realize like a lot of artists, particularly in the UK, they don't actually know a lot about music theory. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain, but put it this way. If I make a song and the root note is in A minor or something, why do people get on a track and their vocals, they don't try to put their vocal in the same note as the song? It puts me off, bro. Finally getting to grips with that Ferrari. yo, JR, how's your F1 season going, buddy? How's F1 going for you, buddy? I don't want to say I told ya, but lad, I told ya. You know what I mean? I tried to tell you, bro. I mean, I envisaged the decline. I envisaged it. From 2021, I've seen this, bro. I've seen it. As far as I'm concerned, if you're old in F1, against this crop of drivers, you're cooked, bro. Yeah, Oscar's doing the job. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, to me, the young guys now, their talent level is higher than a lot of the talent before. Like in terms of raw speed, maybe not in terms of consistency, but in terms of raw speed, you've got a lot of naturally fast guys on the grid right now. That's why, to me, guys like Alonso, he's cooked, bro. Alonso's finished. I'm telling you. When you actually look at his lap speed, his raw pace, he's cooked. He's finished. I don't know why people keep acting like Alonso's like top 5 on the grid. He's not. If you gave Alonso even Norris, Piastri, Max, Charles Leclerc, even Sainz, bro, he's getting smoked. Russell, telling you who's getting smoked, bro. I'm almost guarantee it, bro. The speed's not there. Only way guys like Alonso is winning a title, nah, bro. You put Alonso in this Red Bull, bro, he's getting absolutely washed, fam. Have you seen this car? Alonso will get smashed. Nah, the second seat ain't cursed, bruv. The whole car is cursed, bro. Have you seen that car going around the track? It's just pure understeer, mate. It's like the only reason why Max is getting speed out of that car is because he's just driving some crazy setup, and that's why everybody else is struggling, because they can't drive what he's driving. They can't put the car in a window where it's just completely and utterly sketchy and handle it. That's why everyone looks terrible when they jump in it, but when they jump out of it, everyone's half decent. It's not built, bro. Listen. Explain this to me. How can a car be built around you if none of the characteristics of the car is what you like, bro? You don't like understeer, the car understeers everywhere. But bro, their test driver is a sim racer. Their test driver is Sebastian Job, bro. That's who does all their sim work, is actually a sim. Is that the guy from Max's team, bro? Is their test driver? That's Sebastian Job. Nah, bro. You have to think about it, bro. Literally. The car was fine up until when? Up until Newey bounced. And all of a sudden, I mean, how can someone say this car's, as far as I'm concerned, bro, this whole thing of this car's built around you, when did top class drivers, when did they stop being able to adapt? Do you know what I mean? Think about it, bro. Like, I see this thing where people say, oh, the car's built around Max, and that's the only reason why he's the only one that can drive it. Hold on a second. Marc Marquez was the only person who could ride the Honda for years. Only guy that could get a tune out of the Honda. You're not supposed to get criticism for that. You're supposed to get respect for that. Everybody else who jumps on a Honda was at the back. Marc Marquez, destroying it. Casey Stoner, the only person that could ride a Ducati. Everybody else jumps on it, rubbish. Even Valentino Rossi jumped on it, rubbish. Casey Stoner, winning championships. To me, if you're someone that can drive a car, you're the only one, that tells me that your level of talent seems to be higher than everybody else's, because nobody else can adapt. If you're a racing driver in F1 and you can't adapt, brother, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You might not be elite. That's what I'm saying, because Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly, you know what I mean? These guys are decent drivers. They're getting the Red Bull and they're getting smoked. Pierre Gasly was getting a lap. Do you know what I mean? That, to me, that's more of an indictment, bro. If you can't, you have to be able to adapt, in my opinion. Have to. RB sandbags. Their car looks horrific. Bro, they don't listen. Michael Schumacher won a race in 1996. No one cannot tell me that car was not terrible. It don't matter if he won a race. He's a quality driver. Most people are not going to be up there. I mean, I don't feel like, why would they have the reaction? This guy's won so many races. Why would Red Bull have their reaction to him sticking it on pole and winning the race? You know what I mean? And let's be honest, like, the McLaren. He was literally just holding the McLarens up. Literally, he just held the McLarens up the whole entire time. But a quality driver can win a race in a car that's not the best. Like I see Michael Schumacher do that plenty of times. To me, that's just the difference in driver ability. Oh, you lot had Bathurst and AOR today, innit? Guys, go ahead and go watch the. Don't forget, go and watch VMS Virtual Motorsport Series. The race was yesterday. Quality. Go watch that. Nah, listen. The way I see it, bro. You win. If you win in a car that is clearly like, if we look at the season so far, what is the average that the Red Bull has been off of the McLaren, like on race pace? It's been like almost half a second, bro. If you're able to win, fair dues. It don't mean that your car's good. Cheers, Ashley. If who's got a car doing what he wants, he can match the RB or the McLaren. Who you on about? Please stop. Please. Bruv, you're still on ACC. You need to stop. You need to put the game down and erase every single setup you got, brother. It's over with. You're on controller. Hey, man. Kudos to you if you're able to get speed on a controller, man. Hard work. What was you saying, JR? You think what Alonso? If he had a car that could match RB and McLaren, nah, bro. Alonso's finished. Against the top guys, he's finished, man. You have got the time to grind it. Take all that time you used to play ACC and use that time, mate. Damn. Yeah, you're grinding on a control pad, man. Jeez. You're putting in work, bro. Listen, I think Hamilton can win races. Championships, he's cooked, mate. I'll be real. Guy has not been consistent, bruv, for like 4 years now, bro. What are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like, I've not seen a consistent run of like 5 races where Hamilton's been on form. Like, just 5 races. And I'm not saying you have to be in form means you have to be winning or battling. I've not seen 5 races where he's on form or getting the best out of his car. You know? Like, in terms of raw speed, he's not, I don't think he's exactly where he used to be, man. No, it hasn't. Has it been? Bro, stop. Right, stop. What, 2024, weren't Mercedes, they were rapid at Vegas, they were rapid at Canada. He won Silverstone. Okay, George got disqualified from Spa, so he won that. But they were fast in Brazil, what was it, 2022, whatever? Yeah, Red Bull off pace, bro. Like, how did he get, bro? We really saying how we did that in China? Like, people don't know what happened in China. All right, think about this, yeah. Let's really take a quick dive into what happened in China. In Australia, Ferrari are rapid in practice. They find out that they're running the car too low. It's chewing up the skid block underneath the car. They raise it. They have 0 pace in the race. We go to China. They're rapid in quali. They're rapid in the race. After the sprint race, something magically happens to the car for the next day. They've got no pace whatsoever, and then they get DQ'd for the car being too low. Come on. What do you think they did on Saturday? Like, honestly, what do you think that Ferrari realistically did on the Saturday, bro? The only time their car looks fast is when they ran it too low. You know what I mean? And they got away with it in the sprint race, and then they got caught out the day after. Obviously, they ran the car a little too low in the sprint race, got away with it. You know what I mean? Then they got punished for it the day after because even though they raised it, they still failed. I don't know what to say. Where was his pace in Suzuka? It was nowhere. Even in even in Bahrain, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you, mate. You know what I mean? In Bahrain, there was a safety car at the end. By the end of the race, he was on the same tyres as Charles Leclerc, brother. Is it just me or didn't you see? It was like 8-9 seconds, brother, in like 20 laps. I don't know what to say. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me on form, because if you're looking at form, I don't get how people still say, yeah, man, this guy is going to win a championship over a Leclerc or a Max or no chance. You give all these guys a car on a similar level. If you can't qualify where you're supposed to qualify, how are you expecting to catch these guys? They're too fast. You can't give guys like a Max, Charles Leclerc, you can't give these guys a head start. Bro, it's not a factor. I'll tell you why it's not a factor. Because Ferrari changed their whole car. Ferrari literally changed their whole car this season. I didn't expect him to win races right out of the gate. I personally think, like, he's going to struggle to win races over Charles Leclerc in general. But, like, we saw George Russell jump straight into a Mercedes in 2022. He was fine, bro. You know what I mean? Lewis Hamilton had been there for years. No one's saying nothing. George Russell did the job. No one's saying anything. So, bro, as I said, you're a 7-time world champion, bro. Like, the excuses at Ferrari are only going to last for a few races, and then it's like, you actually need to perform, because you can't be having what happened last season happen in this season. You can't. George isn't a pleb. Listen, people just don't like George because he was at it. He was able to challenge Hamilton. People didn't like that. You know what I mean, they expected him to be a Bottas, but he's fast, and these young guys are more adaptable, in my opinion, than the older. And I'm not just saying this because it's Hamilton, but if you even look, Hamilton, Vettel, Ricciardo, Alonso, bro, all these guys, like, you could see, and Hamilton's the best out of all of them. His decline is way slower than the rest of them, but all of these guys had that decline, bro. All of the older generation guys in the like ground effect era, they all lost the level, like, to be honest. Whereas the younger guys, they're more adaptable. Even look at all the rookies coming in, bam, straight on it, straight away. They're more adaptable. These guys come from driving F2 cars, completely different cars. Could just jump in, bam, get the job done straight away. You know what I mean? That's the reality, bro. Now I just don't like the lie. I just don't like the lies, innit? I don't like when people act like people will say things like, all we need to do, give Hamilton a car that's within 2 temps and he destroys everyone. And I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I don't believe it, mate. You gotta show me that. I mean, I just see the reality. Reality is, I feel like the young guys on raw pace are too fast. The only way, to me, I see Hamilton winning a championship is if he's got a car advantage and a teammate who's like a Bottas. If he's got a teammate like a Russell or a Leclerc, he's going to struggle. That's just the reality. I don't know, bro. I think he'll be quick. I think he'll be up there. But if you ask me, like, right now in today's day and age, would he be the favorite? No. To me, he would not be the favorite. Like, because we haven't seen that for years, bro. Like, to me, like, remember, like, I've watched F1 for a long, long time. I remember when Hamilton was literally a beast where didn't matter if his car was crap, he would at least get the maximum out of it. Now, bro, it's like I've never heard someone talk about setup as much as Lewis when things don't go right, bro. That's all I hear. This setup, or he went in that direction, this direction, brother. You never used to hear him talk like this, bro. Never. Man used to just get in the car like 2009. Car wasn't good. Get in it, ring it. Always get the best out of, like, he could just do the best he could do. And his teammates were nowhere. But I've not seen that in years, man. Now it's like, car has to be perfect for him to be fast, bro. It's not just me that's saying it either. I even watched like Peter Windsor, who was he's a Hamilton fan, but he was saying a similar thing. Like, it's like nowadays, he needs the car to be almost perfect instead of just driving around problems like what he used to do. You know what I mean? That's the difference, isn't it? To me, anyway. Before, back in the day, bro, even if his car wasn't the best, he would just ring it. You know what I mean? You just have to ring it sometimes. But now it's like, there's a problem. I can't do nothing. I can't get the best out of it. Meanwhile, his teammate will be way down the road. You can't be the best and your teammate's way down the road. That don't make no sense. They all need a car, but everyone should be able to get the maximum out of their car, innit? You know what I mean? You can't say like, this guy's one of the best, but he's in a car that's not the best. Car's difficult, and he's 9-10 seconds behind his teammate. How does that compute? That doesn't make no sense. You're judged by your teammate. You know what I mean? Can't get smoked 19.5 in quali by your teammate and say, yeah, this guy's still the best. Literally makes no sense. On Yuki, again, it's a tough car, but at the end of the day, he's got his opportunity. He's got to take it, bro. I think Yuki's okay, but I still don't think he's the guy. If I was Red Bull, I would have either hired Sainz or a Hulkenberg, someone with experience, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's better than Lawson. I think Lawson's going to be mentally cooked now anyway. Like, getting thrown out after 2 races is pretty peak. But it's a indictment on how tricky the car is to drive that everybody looks subpar in that car, bro. Nah, Albon's had his chance, man, and I feel like the Red Bull was better back then, or maybe not as tricky to drive back then as what it is now. Now it just seems like a mess. Like, you don't really know what's going to turn up. It might be decent, or the car could just look completely and utterly unbalanced. How can you go from 1 week winning a race to the next week not being able to overtake a Haas and battling with an Alpine? That tells you that car's balance is literally all over the gaff. Yeah, Sainz, I think Hulkenberg would have been all right as well, to be honest, because he's quick and he's got a lot of experience, you know what I mean? You need someone who's adaptable and under difficult circumstances. Yeah, Webber and Vettel. I liked Vettel, man, but again, Vettel to me, even though I like Vettel, he was another guy that when things were difficult, he couldn't get the maximum out of the car. You know what I mean? Like, that 2019 Ferrari was kind of tricky to drive. And to be honest, like, for the most part, Charles Leclerc just smoked him, bro. Gasly was very good, bro. Gasly was he was pretty good in Suzuka as well. Like, if that Alpine if the Alpine's engine wasn't so crap, he could have been up there, man. He could have been up there. Ocon to Haas. I don't know. Experience, I guess. Yeah, this is what, like, do you remember back in the day, bro? Like, a lot of guys came through and had to have that crappy car for a season, a couple of seasons. That's how F1 used to be. Now, a lot of the new guys, they getting to come into the sport in decent teams. I see like this season, the way Piastri's driving, I feel like he could take the championship because I feel like Norris is a bit of a soft touch. And again, to me, Norris is someone that he needs the car to be perfect to be able to extract everything out of him. Whereas Oscar Piastri, even when the car is difficult to drive, he's more of someone that would just rag it. You know what I mean? Yo, DC, how you doing, brother? I like Kimi. He's got talent. He still needs the experience, I think. He's just lacking that bit of experience. That's why I feel like Russell is getting the best of him. But he's got pace. He's definitely got the speed, but he needs, just clean up a couple of things to be at least on par with Russell by the end of the race. Yeah, I was watching the onboards, man. It's got a nice front end. It's got a nice front end. It probably doesn't have the tire wear that the McLaren's got, but at least it looks nice to drive. Like, in my opinion, when I watch the onboards, bro, like, the Ferrari looks a little tricky. The Mercedes looks good. The McLaren actually looks a little bit tricky, but it's fast. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? When the car's fast, you can get over the trickiness because you just got pace. The Red Bull looks horrible, bro. Like, if you look at the Red Bull onboards, they've got some of the worst onboards. I don't even know how they're getting pace out of that car sometimes, bro. I think it's going to be very track dependent to whether Red Bull is fast or not. I think if it's a track like maybe a Red Bull ring, fast corners, I reckon they'll be okay. But these tight corners and stuff like that, they look shocking. In all these tight corners, it looks like the car just does not turn whatsoever. I feel like the three-way battle for wins is going to be track dependent. I think for the majority of the time, the Red Bull's not going to be on the pace with McLaren and Merc. Because they weren't on pace at China. Like, only reason why Max was fast in Australia because it was wet. As soon as that dried up, bro, he was getting smoked. It went from like 2 seconds to like 15, bro. As soon as it dried up, like, yeah. Listen, Red Bull are cooked, brother. Telling you. I think Max leaves Red Bull this season. Red Bull are cooked. Their car looks no easier to drive than the end of last season when the car was starting to take a nosedive. You know what I mean? And Max has got a performance clause in his contract. If he drops outside of the top three, he can look for a new team without having to pay off any of the contracts. So for next, bro, Aston and Toto Wolff has been trying to get this guy for ages. So it's going to be Mercedes or Aston Martin, bro. Like, where would you go, though? You got to think as well, like, for Max, there really isn't no positive in staying at Red Bull. They're going to lose Honda. They're going to get Ford engines, and they're building their own engines or whatever. They've lost Newey. They lost that Rob Marshall guy who's doing bits at McLaren right now. They've lost that main engineer. They lost the main mechanic. What's the point in staying, bro? They're finished, bro. Yeah, their own engines are going to be cooked, though. I don't think Max will go GT3 yet. Like, me personally, if you're choosing between Aston Martin and Mercedes, I think it's a gamble going to Aston Martin, but at the same time, these guys are trying to collect their Infinity Stones, bruv. You know what I mean? Aston Martin, if you've seen the people that they've actually signed, They're trying to collect the Infinity Stones, bro. That's all I'm saying. They've got the guy who made the Mercedes 2014 engine. They got Nui. They got financial backing of Aramco, which technically they're probably the richest on the grid. And if they were to get Max as well, damn. Crazy. What do I think is going to go better? Audi or Cadillac? Well, Cadillac are taking Ferrari engines, and I bet they're going to take a bunch of Ferrari parts. So, Cadillac at first. Because Cadillac are probably just going to be like another Haas, maybe. Audi are going to be starting from the back. Audi have know-how, but they're not taking it seriously. And the head of Audi, who wanted them to be in F1, he left a while back. So I'm not sure how really invested Audi really are. I know Audi, they'll probably bring another German driver back. They're definitely going to have Hulk. But they could, I don't know. Who knows, bro? Yeah, it's just going to be like another Haas. Like McLaren, if you look over the last couple of years, they have made the biggest step out of any team, bro, like by far. Like the growth and their gain is by far exceeded any other team's development speed by far. Whereas in my Ferrari, I could never. I could never have no 44 merchandise. Leave it out. I can't be one of those snowflakes on Twitter, mate, talking about he's got a new hairstyle today. And McLaren have done well, bro. They've done well. Like, for them to outdevelop Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull from where they were is pretty insane. Actually crazy. And you have to remember that Ferrari and Mercedes still get paid way more than anybody else, because Ferrari still get that loyalty bonus, which is like 60 million, and Mercedes is still getting success bonus from all those years of domination. So they still get a healthy chunk more than the other team. So the fact that McLaren's able to, in this era, you know, produce what they're producing is crazy. Bro, honestly, man, like, I don't think it was that. I think it's like when they signed Adrian Newey's right-hand man, that Rob Marshall guy. You know, that's where the biggest difference maker was, man. If Red Bull still had Rod Marshall, they probably wouldn't even be in the trouble they're in now. But Rob Marshall is, you know, probably one of the other aero guys you would want if you haven't got Newey. And Zach Brown's doing the most, man. Yeah, but I think it's hard to copy and paste the floor when the rest of the cut. Like, I don't think it's that simple, man. Because if that was the case, why are Red Bull so slow now? They've had the blueprint of what a good floor is the whole entire time. So why are they so up and down on pace and stuff like that? I don't think it's as simple as that. Generally think McLaren found their own things. Because when did McLaren get fast? Wasn't it like Miami or something? The Miami upgrade? And these things, they take weeks, months to produce. And they went into last season knowing that they were going to be slow in the beginning. They knew. That side flaps though. Is that all? Side flaps. I know, man. Because it's like how are they now? They're like the go-to team, so their aero department must be pretty decent. Every single time they make an upgrade, they go faster. Every other team, like Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, if you look at their upgrades, they barely gain that much time, bro. If you look, McLaren are the only ones when they have an upgrade, they make big gains. Everybody else don't really do nothing. Like Ferrari had a big upgrade for Bahrain, they didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? Like I just think that they've got good aero people there, and they've got a good wind tunnel. That's important. The wind tunnel correlation is where a lot of these teams are failing. McLaren have got a wind tunnel. Red Bull's wind tunnel is old. They're not getting a new one until 2027. But apparently, Aston Martin have got the state of the art wind tunnel. So them having Newey, honestly, next season, I think Aston Martin will be top 3. I'm almost certain. Next season is going to be Mercedes, because apparently they're ahead on engine development already. Mercedes, McLaren, Aston Martin, brother. That's going to be the top 3, guaranteed, man. Like all the other, like Ferrari, they're cooked. Red Bull, they're cooked. All those other teams, they're all cooked, bro. Telling you. I'm willing to bet Ferrari and Red Bull next season, cooked. Because the way how they're fighting to get their engine regs changed tells me that they're not confident in the engine regs for 2026, bro. They're fighting way too hard to try and get them to change them engine regs, bro. That tells me you're not confident. Where do I think Red Bull will be next season? They're gonna be low. Slow. That's where they're gonna be. Yeah, bro. So obviously the rumors are that Mercedes again are gonna have the best engine for 2026, just like they did for 2014. Obviously that's gonna be good for the likes of Williams, Alpine, because Alpine are taking a Mercedes engine next year, McLaren, and so forth. So they're all gonna have good engine. So it's gonna be who makes a good chassis. So I can see McLaren being up there with Mercedes. Aston Martin, they're still going to have a Honda engine, which is a good engine. And all this active aero stuff, you want to have Adrian Newey if you've got active aero. You want to have Newey. So I feel like Aston Martin will be up there. And then I think it's going to be the rest. I think after that, you probably have Ferrari. They're saying Alpine have got a very, very good chassis, but right now they've got an engine that loses them 3 tenths a lap. You know what I mean? 3 tenths a lap on engine alone. Yo, Darren, how you doing, bro? So next season, my prediction. Mercedes, McLaren, then Aston, then Ferrari. Technically they should because they got the money. Yeah, but Renault have closed their whole engine. Renault getting rid of their engine. So next season they're gonna be supplied by Mercedes. So after Ferrari, I'ma put Alpine in front of Red Bull, bro. Red Bull are going to be cooked next season. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, they're finished. They're donezo. Red Bull are going to be fighting probably with Williams. You got to think that Racing Bulls, they're going to be at the back. No more Honda engine for Racing Bulls or Red Bull. Red Bull are building their own engine. Bro, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I think at the back is going to be Racing Bulls. I think they're going to be the slowest. Then Audi, then Cadillac, then Haas, then Red Bull, bro. Then Red Bull, maybe Williams and Alpine gonna be in the mix with Red Bull. then Ferrari, Aston, McLaren, Mercedes. That's how I think it's going to be next season. Yeah, racing bulls, they're so cooked, bro. I tell you what, if Max leaves Red Bull, bro, they are finito. He's carrying that team on his back right now, bro. But I think Max is going to leave. I think we're going to get to some tracks where the car, like, I can see the car being awful at Baku. Absolutely, it's going to be terrible at Baku. I can already see it. It was terrible last season. I can see the car being rubbish at Baku. I think it'll probably be good around. It'll be probably decent at Silverstone, decent at Austria. But some of the other, like Monaco, that Red Bull, I reckon they're not getting top 10 at Monaco. I reckon Red Bull will not qualify in the top 10 at Monaco. How about that? Because it seems the only thing that Red Bull is good at is fast corners. Like, literally. That's it. The slow corners, bro, it doesn't look good. It just looks like pure understeer. Like, just pure refusing to turn. Yeah, Red Bull domination's done. Bro, Red Bull domination was done halfway through last season. Last season, it was still good enough to get results, but it wasn't dominant. It was dominant at the start of last year, but halfway through the season, the domination was finished, bro. McLaren were quicker. Obviously, like, during the season, you're going to have some races where it might be good at a specific track and it can get a result and stuff like that. But in terms of dominance, nice and wrap, it's finished. It's over with. You know what I mean? You don't start racing Alpines and Hasses and be dominant. You can have an off race, but just looking at the general pace of the car from the start of this season, yeah, not looking good, brother. Not looking good. Yeah, he's not keeping it, bro. You got to be in front of them to keep them behind, bro. I think he put in there's a couple of tracks where Max probably makes a difference in it. One's Spa, one's Austria, and the other one's Suzuka, bro. Like, those tracks, he's probably going to do pretty well. But, yeah. On a dry circuit with tyre wear and high tyre deg, the McLarens are on a different level, man. Piastri drove away from Russell, even though Russell was on a softer compound of tyre. You know what I mean? Comfortable. They've got pace, like, it's not a joke. The only domination that's going to be going on is going to be from McLaren. That's the only domination you're going to see. I'll be amazed if Red Bull were able to pull it back. I'll be amazed if Max wins this championship. I would be amazed. I don't see it. Not with a car that handles like this. Because I think there's a difference between, like, to me, there's a difference between a slow car and a car that is hard to drive, innit? I think people equate people saying that, the Red Bull is a shitbox with it being slow. That's not what people are. I think the car is just so hard to drive that it makes it slow. You know what I mean? If your car's tricky to drive, how are you supposed to keep the tires in? How are you supposed to stop the tires from overheating? How are you supposed to deal with tire wear? Like, you know what I mean? All things that are crucial to F1 right now. Like, you can have a slow car that's fundamentally slower, but still decent to drive. Like the Alpine have got a good chassis. The car's just slow. It doesn't have as much engine power, but it's not a horrible car to drive. You know what I mean? I think that's the difference right about now. But we shall see, man. We shall see what happens in the future. Looking forward to Jeddah. Can Lando Norris bounce back, bro? Can he bounce back? Or has Oscar Piastri just got his number this season? You know? And another question, like, if you're Max and you have a decision, you know, who do you leave for? Because let's remember as well, George Russell has not been given a contract. George Russell has not got a drive for 2026. He's out of contract. So in a theoretical world, who do you join? Do you join Aston Martin and try and get this project off the ground? See if you can take them to success? Or do you join Mercedes, who know how to win, and there's been rumors of them having the best engine for the new regulation? Like, what decision would you take? I think it's a tough one. On one hand, you got Nui, you got Honda, you got all the money in Aramco, you got state-of-the-art wind tunnel, you got all sorts. You know what I mean? You got the guy who created the Mercedes engine back in 2014. You got a lot of things going for you. But you've also Mercedes, you got a team that's done it all before. So I don't know who I would pick, bro. It's a very tough decision, but I know halfway through the season, if Russell's not been signed up, to me, that is Toto Wolff definitely trying to get Max. Because right now, Russell's performing, so why would you not give him a new contract for next year already? He's literally waiting to see what happens with Max at 110%. So it's going to be interesting, man. So let's see, innit? Let's see what happens. But I've been chatting my ass off for a good 45, so I'm definitely going to go because I'm hungry. And I will see you guys maybe on a Thursday or Friday. We'll see. But yeah. Guys, appreciate you all for stopping by, all that good stuff. Have a good one. Take care. Bless. Peace.